It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day. And a few of you suggested that we follow up on the Topsy Turvy planter. Remember, I did this project almost 3 years ago. Feel free to watch the installation video of this project. This could be a good one while on quarantine. But I really want to encourage you to work with materials that you have at home. Don't be running out to Home Depot to get rebar or pots. Let's see how creative you can get with stuff that you've got in your own space. That being said, let's see. We popped in rooted plants. The whole idea and premise behind this installation 3 years ago was I wanted to do something that I felt that the majority of you, my followers, could emulate no matter where you lived. So I pulled plants from box stores. Altman's delivers all over the United States. So these were things that were, kind of common and prevalent and available. The cubic frost that I popped in here that I was so proud of, still alive, but look at how trunky it is after 3 years. This is kind of indicative of Echeveria and Echeveria hybrids. They tend over time to get smaller heads and bigger trunks. So, it's okay. I'm going to let that ride. Look at the Semps. Look at the little boinky, 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 boinky little Sempervivum. Isn't that a hoot? I'm going to let that ride. The Grapto-Opalina. Look at this. The Opalina looks amazing. This is another really good one to propagate from leaves because they're so fat and full of water. But it's also gotten pretty leggy. It's thrown off some pups. I'm going to let that ride. Sometimes you don't have to rip an arrangement all the way apart. Oftentimes, it can be just as impactful to add things to an existing arrangement. So when I look at this, I'm really, really happy to see that everything is still here, with the exception of the Kalanchoe tomentosa. That died, I guess. It's not there anyway. But when looking back over the old video, it looks like everything else is still basically thriving. There's a little bit of grooming to do, a little bit of dead or rotted old stem that I can clip up. Maybe there's some blooms on your plants or some dead under leaves that you can groom off. Get rid of the spider webs, the dead plantlets, dead leaves. There's really not a whole lot that I feel like I need to do, although good grief, I could spend hours just pulling these little weeds in between these pebbles. Oh, and I think I will, but I'm not going to bore you with it. Okay, so remember the other day when we redid the tackle box? I had some cuttings left over from that, and I wasn't sure what I would do with them. I think I'll just pop them into the Topsy Turvy planter, because why the heck not, right? This Topsy Turvy is in a protected area of my garden. It's kind of juxtaposed underneath a pergola, so it gets some protection from the hottest parts of the day. The Sedum rubra-tinctum really, really seems to be happy in here. And that's another really good tip. If you've got a planter, a mixed planter, and you've got some plants that are really thriving and doing well, repeat, repeat, repeat. Why reinvent the wheel, right? If something's working, add more of that. And here's another example of that wonderful Aeonium sunburst. I had tucked it in here as a small cutting. It's obviously rooted, thrown off a beautiful baby, gotten bigger. So just more reason to give the underdogs, to give some of the littler plants a chance to do their thing in the garden. Oh my gosh, this is so fun. Why is this reminding me of like an Easter egg hunt? I don't know, but I guess it's just all how colorful all of these cute little plants are. Look at these tiny little Fred Ives. I mean, so small, but so fun. I'm going to tuck these in here, and these are going to grow. Here's a Fred Ives. It's really got its legs. Well, I'm just going to keep going, but I want to encourage all of you to do the same. If you've got the makings to do your own version of a topsy-turvy planter, I'd really, really like to see what you come up with. Oh my goodness! My rat tail is getting ready to bloom. I'm new to this plant, and I haven't had it long enough to see any blooms, but these flowers get huge, so I will keep you all posted. I'm sorry, I digress. Anywho, back to the topsy-turvy. Make something fantastic, spend some time on it, send me some pictures, an Instagram or Facebook at Laura Loves Succulents or Design for Serenity. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day in my garden with a checkup of the topsy-turvy planter. Stay safe, everybody.